Hey there, folks. This is Richard of, what is it called? DoomedMoviethon.com. I am back with another episode of My Horror Shelfie. My Horror Shelfie is a series where I talk about every single horror movie on my horror movie shelves from A to Z, and we have fun here. It has been a long time since I've made a video called My Horror Shelfie this part, but there's a reason, and I'll talk about it after I pick some movies and talk about some movies. So let us go pick some movies from the shelves. Okay, so movies have been chosen. Let's talk about them in alphabetized ordering. First up is an unseen by me. This is called Maniac Killer or Maniac Killer, depending on if you're looking it up and want to actually find it. This is a Andrea Bianchi who did Burial Ground, so I'm guessing this is going to be nuts. And yeah, Bo Svensson, Chuck Connors, Italian weirdness, late period, very late Italian horror, so we'll see how this goes when I watch it. Okay, Mark of the Witch. This is a very special film right here. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It's probably almost forgotten American horror gem with some very fun performances. Late 60s, early 70s, kitschy stuff. I really like it. You should watch this one. It's a lot of fun. We are in the presence of greatness here. This is one of the first horror films I ever rented, called The Mask of the Red Death, starring good old Vincent Price. And it's featured here with The Premature Burial with Ray Milland, your Roger Corman double feature of Edgar Allan Poe. And no, it's not pronounced Pooh anymore. That's the old French spelling. My wife got me this pack of horror VHS stickers. Do you guys do that too, where you have some VHS horror stickers and you put them on random DVDs? You don't do that? Mask of the Red Death, still shocking to this day, still just absolutely wonderful, practically perfect in every way horror movie. Premature Burial, also excellent. You know, Vincent Price couldn't star in every 60s horror movie. He had to take a break, and he tagged good old Ray Milland in to stand in for him. Can't go wrong with these. Mausoleum! I waited a very long time to watch this because I'd heard rumors that the old DVD, and especially the old VHS, were censored, that there was some gore trimmed out of this, and I was just like, I'm not gonna watch something with the gore trimmed. I'm kind of glad I waited, because Vinegar Syndrome put out the uncut, wonderfully restored Blu-ray a while ago, and it's wild. It's really wild. Highly recommended if you like, how shall I put this, wacko 80s stuff. Yeah, it's pretty great. I mixed this up, or rather I used to mix this up with a film that's in my pile here. We'll get to that when we get to that. Do you like the music in this video? So do I. And now you can own it digitally. Doomed Moviethon Incidental Music Volume 2 is available right now. You can get it at doomedmoviethon.bandcamp.com. And I made all of it, with the synthesizers, sometimes guitar. It's $4. May I talk about this movie? May is absolutely wonderful. We watch this every Halloween season. Lucky McKee came out swinging with this, his directorial debut. This is the movie that introduced horror fans to Angela Bettis, who is just incredible. I was just noticing on Twitter that Lucky McKee was saying he hasn't made a horror movie in a long time. Carolyn Williams from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, she beat me to it. She's like, we need to have a second helping of May. And I said, in response to her, can we get Angela Bettis in a eye patch stat? If you haven't seen May, you should really watch it. I think there's a Blu-ray out there, maybe? Yes? I'm sticking with my old DVD because it's fine. Indie horror gold, people. Distributed by Lionsgate, who cares? Memorial Valley Massacre. This is one of my favorite Cameron Mitchell paycheck movies. Cameron Mitchell shows up and establishes his character and then never comes back in the rest of the movie. It's wonderful. This is a very silly slasher by way of a caveman. This is another you need to see this to believe it. Crazy characters, goofy plot, and just ridiculous stuff. But I think it's meant to be taken completely seriously. Messiah of Evil. This is my third purchase of Messiah of Evil. Maybe fourth? Yeah, so there's the budget version that was on like the compilations, and then there was the old DVD, which is, you know, like widescreen, and then there was the Code Red Blu-ray, which I was perfectly happy with until Radiance came along and did a not vastly improved, but somewhat improved version. And for Messiah of Evil, much like the night Evelyn came out of the grave, I will double dip 4 times for. So maybe it's love. This is one of the best horror films of the 1970s. I do not say that with hyperbole. I say that with purple buoy, absolute gem. Mr. Vampire. Oh man. This is comedy horror from Hong Kong. This is a glorious film. If you like kung fu, if you like vampires, you want your hopping vampires, here you go. The rules of, you know, what happens when you get bit by a vampire, the things that stop vampires are totally different in Hong Kong, and so it's a lot of fun to check out. I have this really old Media Asia distribution LTD DVD of this. This thing's ancient. I love it. It's got a nice little catalog in here. I was checking for disc rot. You should check for disc rot. Monsterish Dog. That's right, Alice Cooper went to Italy, like everyone should, and made a horror movie in the 80s called Monster Dog. This is a banger, folks. This is crazy dubbing. No, Alice Cooper does not dub himself. He did not have time for that shit, so they picked some random voice actor to do his voice, and it's great. Really weird. Really weird. Genuinely strange film. I think this is a Claudio Fragasso joint. That's Clyde Anderson, right? I think that's Clyde Anderson. So if you've seen Claudio Fragasso's work, you know what to expect with Monster Dog. Black and white, American-made monster stuff. This is the very entertaining Monster of Piedras Blancas, the fiend that walks Lover's Beach. Kooky characters getting stalked by a weird monster and a guy in a rubber suit. Very good vibes on this one. Very good vibes. Okay, last movie of the episode. Speaking of Code Red, it's the... Oh no, wait. I spoke wrong. Scorpion. The other Code Red. It's Mortuary. Now, this is the movie I used to mix up with Mausoleum. I no longer mix them up because I've finally seen them both, and they're very different movies, but you could see the theme of why I would mix them up. The late, great Bill Paxton is in this. Just incredible. Over-the-top silliness. This movie is just really cozy, fun, and morbid as hell as well. And of course, you've got the ultimate couple, Linda Day George and Christopher George, in the same movie together as they often were, and just glorious stuff. Yeah, another gem I recommend. I used to mix up Mortuary and Mausoleum and One Dark Night. If you haven't seen One Dark Night, you should. It's really fun. But yeah, they're all Mortuary, Mausoleum themed. That's all I got. Folks, whew, thank you for watching. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've made one of these. We had a couple hurricanes fly through the Tampa area. Maybe you heard about that on the news. And also, we were having this entire house rewired. And on top of that, we were repainting and making these beautiful IKEA shelves into built-ins, faux built-ins. It's hashtag DIY bother. It was a lot of work, and we think this library is more beautiful than it was before. I know you think so too. Bye.